Okay, so this one's pretty long. So this is from December 22nd. First of all, I was talking to one of my coworkers that I gave the gifts to, and she's one of my lieutenants, so she got a multiplier of ×7. And by heaven like really increased their gifts. I think we had to talk about it. I think God was asking, is there anything I can do? And I said, I need these two that are going to work side by side with me to be able to do more. So she was saying, all of a sudden she goes, I'll be back. And I was like, what? Because the style wasn't hers. It wasn't her normal way of talking. So I like switched to discernment vision, and I saw like this holy power move, like this light move in and through her. And I was like, okay, so I'll be back. So I think I'll be able to hire her soon. I'm feeling like 2.5 months. And the other thing it reminded me of was Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, I'll be back. And considering I'm going to use her to help me fight corruption on national levels, it would make sense that heaven would help me build her into someone who's like the Terminator, an unstoppable force of might, and an almost undominable amount of might. So anyways, that was cool. Yeah, she's really cool. She's like one of my best friends. Okay, several parts. I went to a cabin. No. So I was driving and I was considering my own thoughts. And I was driving, it wasn't like foggy, but there was like, it was kind of enchanting, like kind of fable-like. It's a little hard to see because of the fog, so that's kind of where I was. Because I expected to meet Lindsey on Christmas. I remember the rules. It's okay if nothing happens. It's okay. Like, I will be okay. God's in charge of my future family and plans and everything. Would it be awesome? Would I like to? But God's got this. Okay, so looking at the windshield, looking at the sky, it was dark. And then there was these colors. And it was like red went up this way and white was like underneath it that way. And I just kept looking and I was so amazed. And every time I looked, the shapes were a little bit different. And I was just like, wow. And it was as if God uses the sky to paint a canvas inspired by this moment in time. And so it's one of the reasons why I'm not getting frustrated, because like God is very much here. And just, you know, there's kind of different levels of dreams. There are dreams that are just kind of the processing of information. There are dreams that reveal. So it's like gift of knowledge. There's prophecies, and there's like revelations. And then I've had some dreams where like I was awake in my dream, and that happened to Rebecca too. It's very, very interesting. So we'll see. Let's see. Oh man, yeah, as a backdrop against the stars, and it filled just an amazing amount of space, like at least 500 stories long, 50 stories high, maybe more. It was just one of the most incredible things I'd ever seen. And I wrote at the time when I was recording it, I really feel like this is all coming together. Okay, so then I'm in this weird place of India. So I do want to go and bring Christianity into India, but we have, I think, 2 layers of dreams happening. So we have India, where I want to go and help. But then I'm walking around with this guy, and he's kind of maniac. He's kind of got this mania. Oh, and it's like he's trying to fill my head with information, so it's more than I can process to keep me distracted and unalert. And I definitely have felt that my entire life. And I don't think it was a demon. I think it was just a spirit that causes problems. Anyways. Yeah, I was like, I need a newspaper and I need to know what's going on, which is where I'm right here. That's important. I was walking and it felt like I was going up, walking down. Okay, so we have a crisscross ideology, which just kind of makes sense. I'm like fasting, so that's elevating me in a sort of supernatural, spiritual sense. And then I'm getting to the bottom of this. Okay. And I even wrote, I'll have to increase my gifts to understand that. I'm currently fasting to increase everything and understand what's going on. So we see that my visions are still taking place right now. The visions from whenever this was. I said it a second ago. I don't lose my place. December 22nd. Yeah, nothing interesting. Nothing noteworthy. Newspaper being printed on cheap material. I also think it's talking about me bringing Christianity to India because I'm praying for that a lot. Okay, so this is interesting because I nodded off for a second while doing this. And I saw Lindsey falling backwards into a bathtub of water. Now, she was clothed, so it wasn't something sensual. And so I got the feeling that she was getting baptized. And I was like, that kind of makes sense because, where is it? Because while this guy was guiding me, and he was kind of like a nonsense guy, right? He was like overfeeding me information to keep me busy and distracted. There's this family in this room to the right. And I was like, okay, so like a side family. That's interesting. I was like, why would there be like this family? Because it was like a woman and like some kids, and they were like dark and mysterious. And then I realized, I think God's been bringing Lindsey to Christianity, because if she's fully committed now, then she'll start to be in play, because God's not going to allow me to marry someone who isn't Christian. And so sometimes people will, sometimes people be like, I think I've heard of stories of God saying they're going to become Christian once they marry you. But like, I have to raise my kids Christian. I can't raise my kids Mormon, because Mormon isn't true. There's a lot of contradictions. And one of the ways that I've done this is a lot of people try to prove Christianity by what the Bible says. And I think that's a horrible and dumb way to do it. Like it works. I have nothing but respect for people who go and evangelize using the Bible. But in the Bible, there's all these miracles. I'm like, if you do miracles, obviously you have a God. Like, you're obviously, there's something there. And so that's why I went after the miracles, because if I could start doing miracles, it's not even a conversation. And my friend said, well, one of my friends said, why should I be a Christian? And I said, well, when I go talk to Muslims and their missionaries go out, I don't hear about miracles. Buddhists go out, I don't hear about miracles. The Krishnas go out, I don't hear about miracles. The Hindus go out, I don't hear about miracles. The Jehovah's Witnesses go out, the Mormons go out, I don't hear about miracles. But when the Christians and Catholics go out, there's always miracles. There's always the blind they can see, the demons being pushed out, like miracles, 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 miracles. And he's like, that's actually a really good argument. And so that would kind of make sense on why there's kind of been a small delay. So if she's becoming baptized right now, I don't know when I'll hear from her, but I have 14 more days of fasting because I work a heavy labor job. I can't if I don't have food, I don't even think I'll be able to make the drive to work. Okay, so back to this dream. We went further, and there's an area. Yeah, the family. I said I want a newspaper, but I don't have any money. So that would be like me wanting new information, but I don't have any way to get it, so I'm fasting. And this kind of mania spirit's going, no, I have your money. I'm like, okay. It's got a little bit of news this time, so that's what we just did. So the dreams are being prophetic in nature. We go down to the street, so now like we're seeing things more clearly. We're at a space with more of a view. We're down on the level now, okay. There's a room off to the left, and he was playing video games. It was very, very clean. Okay, so it's weird because my roommates and his room is normally pretty cluttered, but this was like immaculate. So I think my headspace is crisp. It's like clean. It's like my headspace is in the right place. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. No! I just lost my place. Okay, there we go. And further off to this right, family. So 2 dreams intersecting at this moment. Don't have any money. So gets me 1. Sure, it's much different, right? Which is where we're at. It's not much different, but a little bit more data. Further down the street, so on the level. One of my best friends, Jeff, he's very charismatic, and I was thinking about how there's a branch of Christianity called the charismatic, and it's about focusing on the power of the Word of God, which is what I'm doing by fasting. Playing video games. I'm on my tablet. I'm seeing my friend's stepdad for some reason. Remember someone talking about different places I could visit? What does that mean? Oh, everything's getting connected? Okay. So everything isn't far off. I guess all the information is like coming together. And then I fell asleep. When I was having this dream and recording it, I nodded off again. I had a flash. And a cable that went across in the vision plugged into things. So I guess I'm starting to make the connection. So then I came to a cabin on the left. My current roommate, Dalton, like does a code and goes in. So has a lot of utility. I want him to work with me in the future. And my buddy, Jeff, is in the right in the bathroom on the toilet. So it's kind of like, he gets really like unmovable, lackadaisical. So it's kind of like the shit or get off the pot sort of thing. But I'm not worried about him for now. It's funny, I was sometimes when songs come on, I feel like they're meaningful for what happened. I actually asked God to start doing that, and then he started doing that, which is really cool. So if you ever want God to do weird or cool things, just ask him to. It was a song by the Cranberries, Zombie, and the line was playing, "In your head, what's in your head, zombie, zombie." And it definitely feels like that. But you can't quit like if it's a fruitless venture, if you're not going anywhere, then it's important to get off of that trek. But you need to check in with God so you know like what's what from what's what, because he'll tell you. It sounds like he's telling you secret paths, but really he's telling you like optimal paths that you wouldn't think to take. I've told the story of the missionary who wanted to help this third world, go anywhere. And God said, go to this country and build a pool. She's like, don't they need food and medicine more than a pool? And God said, go and build a pool. She's like, whatever you want. And so she went and spent a year building a pool. And then the whole area learned how to swim. And so when this hurricane came in 2 years later, everyone knew how to swim. And so nobody died. Coworker, blonde with glasses. I figured her out. She's a coworker that I want to hire later. I was praying if she would want to work with me in the ministry. And so she showed up and was looking at me. So I obviously give her the gifts. And then this happened. I think I mentioned this before. So this was still, what day was that? That's bullet point 5, December 22nd. Okay. So it was a dream where I was awake. And it's very, very weird because those are like supernatural moments where heaven is like connecting us. And I like, I kid you not, I was awake in this dream. Like I was fully Josh. And I'm looking in the corner of my bedroom in the like upper left-hand corner from where I was sleeping. And I see Lindsey like 3/4 of the way through this corner, like at an angle looking straight at me. And she was a mermaid, like Ariel, but not the blonde hair. Like she had the fin and everything. And she's just staring at me, and her eyes are like, the pupils of her eyes are crusted. So maybe that's like her slow progression towards Christ and having like the scales fall off her eyes. And it was truly like this wonderful moment of heaven. But at the same time, I wanted to know what she was going through, that heaven like pushed her through reality at me so she could see that I'm still here, that I am still waiting for her. And so it was very touching. It's definitely, I'm ecstatic about the idea of marrying her. But again, like if it doesn't happen, I will be okay. There's like totally fine, nothing wrong, but it's like real life. Anything you do, you should do it well, because life matters. You have one life to live on earth, to do the best and greatest things you can, to find your dreams and create them and have true moments of Genesis. Yeah, it was so weird. And we just looked at each other and I was like, hi, Lindsey, are you okay? Like, hi. So I don't know, but I think I told this before. It was, this connects. I think I said that before too. So Christmas, right? One Christmas a while ago, I have so many cousins that like, it's hard to keep track of. I have 60 cousins. And so I'm at a Christmas party, and one of my cousins goes like, come on, we're going to watch movies. And I was like, oh, okay. Because it was just kind of a sad time in my life. And she put on, I think she put on The Little Mermaid first, and it really changed me. Like I understood what love was, what I like wanted from love. I wanted that, well, that like genesis of character, like the charisma of Ariel as like a blossoming character was just incredible. Plus the voice and the talent and the eagerness for life. And, she went after her prince, and it was trepidatious, but like it worked in the end. And then there was, the next one we watched was Aladdin. And then that was another, like I really identified with Aladdin and his pluckiness and his he didn't quit, and he learned when he made mistakes, and he was humble and kind and loving and just a great guy. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly kind of who I want to be with. who I want to be like. And then, you know, he finds the treasure. He finds the true treasure, that like life and happiness is found with like family and friends and who you are. And so anyways, it was interesting that I saw her as Ariel, and I like to believe that when she looked at me, she saw someone that looked like Aladdin. Just think that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so yeah, I saw her. I saw someone, it was really weird. It was like a coworker's mom from when I worked another job, and I should really... She's not there anymore. I'm not there anymore. It's far behind me. Yeah, I think my manual labor job will be far behind me soon. And then I have another dream. I think I'm going to hire my friend at work because it looks like someone else is working her position now. And he's looking past me, so he doesn't see me anymore. Next bullet point. Garage. Like inside there's a chest, like a dresser thing, like a big, you know, box chest thing. I reach to the bottom, pull it out. There's a package in there wrapped in a clear. I remember that, wrapped in a clear plastic box. I think that's a precious treasure that's been kept locked away. I think that's special grasps I have on reality for Lindsey. Intimacies I've never shared with anyone else. Let's see. So there's a part of work where we fix things. And I was over there in that area. And my friend from work, so I think I hire her pretty quick. Because that's what that looks like. It looks like she's like my 5th hire after my other friend. And then I think I need a haircut. And like, if I do get to meet her, I will definitely need to shave. I don't know if I got a haircut like 2 or 3 weeks ago. This one I reread over and over again because it was weird. It was like, I was at work and there's this path coming down from heaven. So I guess, I don't know, heaven's going to meet me where I work. Heaven's going to interrupt my day-to-day. That'd be nice. And then someone walked past me with a wheelchair and was folded up, but it was like, it wasn't for me, and they walked past me, so I don't know. I'd like to believe that when she first sees me, she swoons as like this fairy tale story comes true, and then like they have to, you know, catch her in a wheelchair and wheel her off. I don't know. That would just make me happy. Combining all these boxes together. Oh yeah, and then like off to the side, I want to like stuck to one of the boxes was a movie, and so I think what it's saying is the story is in there somewhere. You just have to find it. So, and I think that's what's happening. I think the story is not coming together, but we're mining out all the data, which is great. I love this stuff. Okay, so while I was writing this down, I fell asleep again. I had a flash. What? Oh, no, sorry. The day of that dream, so going back up, is December 22nd. Okay. I was started to fall asleep again. Oh, and I heard like a donk donk. And it was like where my heart would be, and then I saw like a flash go off. So I think that's me and heaven are getting into rhythm and communicating. Although that was like a flash like my phone, so maybe I'm finally going to get a message today. I mean, I'm being very methodical about this, but I have to be as persistent as my dreams correctly interpreted are. But yeah, I love you guys. I've now been fasting for about 9.5 hours. So we'll see what happens. All right, love you guys.